So now, welcome back to the channel. There's news that I heard. So now, Netflix are really trying to purchase the Warner Brothers Studios. Yes, I know for those of us who in the business, if you like, it's one of those things that you either think, is this a good thing, bad thing? So you start to make your calculations as what does that mean for me as a film producer, as actor or whatnot. So let's listen in to this channel or this video by Emergency Awesome. The channel I've watched for a very long time. They have very good commentary about industry matters. So let's listen into what they have to say about this particular thing. I'll give you my commentary. Kamakawa. I'm a vepe.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Surprise, surprise, Netflix just threw their hat into the ring. That is right. Netflix is trying to buy the Warner Brothers studio, everything DC. I know there's a ton of questions about what this would mean for James Gunn, all the DCU projects that he's working on right now, the new...
Right off the bat, I think they'll do some of them, but I believe because many of them are actually extremely bad products, they might just produce their own. They just get the IPs and they get on with it. I have to be honest, they don't have a very good record of producing good, like, original content. Like it's like some of the movies, like there's one, is it The Machine or something, that was like, they spent like $300 billion. One of the worst sci-fi movies I've ever seen. They don't have a good record, but you know, let them do what they need to do, because also it's like they have like 200 million subscribers worldwide. So sometimes it's just a thing of, okay, but some of those deals are very suspect, I have to be honest.
Movies, the new TV shows. Literally just a couple days ago, Ted Sarandos, one of the co-heads of Netflix, said that they had absolutely no interest, which should let you know that everybody in corporate America lies about everything through their teeth. They definitely want themselves a piece of Warner Brothers, DC, all the other pieces of their assets, because it's the entire studio. So I will explain what's going on.
Superman was not a very good movie. Some of those what you are watching is some of the scenes that are just, I don't know what they are trying, but you know.
And what it means and what it does not mean. Because I know a lot of truthers came out of the woodwork the last couple of years saying that they want Netflix to buy DC so that they'll do the Snyderverse and bring Zack Snyder back to do more of his Justice League movies with Henry Cavill's Superman, Ben Affleck Batman, all those.
I can't remember exactly the video I did about this, but I really wanted this storyline, Dark Side, the Snyderverse, is a bit off and on, but I thought there was something here. It was a bit darker. People are complaining about it, but I was feeling it. When I look at that, this would have been a great villain. This is like Dark Side now coming, like I said. Now we'll do the what did he say? Something the Armada. Just now when that one ended, I was so waiting, but this is the thing. These people are so disjointed in how they try to, like, it's a very simple thing. If you just look through the Avengers storyline and how they went, everyone thought, Nani, everybody has got their storyline until they met. Like, it's so simple, especially when you have hundreds of millions, billions of dollars to do this. It is. Like, if you just remove the bullshit, and the bullshit people that you put there because they are black or gay.
Those characters. There's no surprise this seismic drives people crazy on the internet, but thankfully some of the people that are actually involved in what's going on have talked about it. Because James Gunn has already talked a little bit about what's going on in the background. Some of the other high-level people that are associated with this, like David Zaslav, have talked a little bit about it, because it's a bit of a bidding war situation with pretty much every major entity, every major studio in Hollywood wanting themselves some Warner Brothers, which does naturally include all of DC and everything else. Like, it's the entire studio, like I said. So we will break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. It is just the beginning. It's going to be like this with different people trying to grab a piece of Warner Brothers for the next couple of years. Like, it's going to take a long time for the dust to settle on this. So we will see.
They have a lot of great intellectual property, great stories, great brands. They do. They do. They just have bad executioners. Execution. That
What kind of Thunderdome situation we have and who winds up winning. Side note too, I'll probably wait till after
Wait.
Disney does make a formal buyout offer for Warner Brothers and DC before I do a bigger video about why doesn't Disney buy Warner Brothers.
This was an independent, like Hulk versus Superman thing. It's on YouTube. It was done very well.
Couple questions about that, like why don't they actually buy the company? There are a couple legal reasons why they don't want to do that right now. This weekend, the real elephant in the room is Netflix. So what just happened? WTF? A couple of weeks ago, David Zaslav officially made it known that the entire Warner Brothers studio company, which owns DC, ton of other smaller studios and brands, was up for sale to the highest bidder. At the time, Paramount was the first to make offers.
Do you see? You know, they created such a shitstorm in their company with all these people, bad products and politics and whatnot. It was such a stinker that when the culture was changing so dramatically, Donald Trump winning and everyone else just tired of them and their nonsense. Even the woke people are like, you're not woking enough. You can't satisfy them. So all that, it's just they decided they can't really shift. Let's sell it. Yeah, let's sell it. This thing is too much.
Warner
rubbish
Brothers has since
in
rejected
it.
their first 3 offers over the course of those last couple of weeks. Separately, Bloomberg also confirmed that David Ellison, who runs Skydance, they're the real money people here who bought Paramount and are competing with Netflix to buy Warner Brothers now. They confirmed David Ellison wanted to keep Warner Brothers assets intact when they bought them out, meaning he specifically wanted to keep DC, HBO, the leadership at those companies intact. Confirming my suspicion that he wanted to keep James Gunn and Peter Safran.
HBO, in my opinion, has produced the best series and movies, in my opinion. I think followed by, is it Amazon or Amazon? Seen some great stuff on Amazon, on Apple. You know, that one for Jason Momoa, it was really nice.
And running DC.
Is that on Apple? Where is it? Yeah.
Doing their thing.
Things that I plan on doing with them, that some of which will happen, some of which will not. But also, everything's always a work in progress.
What it seems like is happening with Netflix is a similar situation to Paramount, with a couple exceptions. Like, it's not the exact same as the Paramount deal they're trying to go for. So Netflix would want to get rid of David Zaslav, like most people that are buying Warner Brothers want to get rid of David Zaslav because he's getting paid so much money. What would wind up changing significantly at Netflix, though, would be James Gunn would start releasing his DC TV shows and movies to Netflix instead of HBO Max. Netflix would probably shut down HBO Max and just put all their stuff on the Netflix streaming
Yeah, like you have all those Game of Thrones and all that. Come on, it's
service.
Imagine now. I think that's I think they just want to wipe out all the IP that's of worth anything. Naturally, just take all of it and just put it on their platform. It's the most international with the most subscribers by far. So I personally think I believe this is going to happen because just the outcomes for Netflix, they're going to be so great because anything that you'd want to watch really of meaning, or if you like, is going to be on there. They had started off that way, then this other started. No, we can also do streaming. There we are.
And because Netflix seems like they absolutely despise having to put their movies in theaters. At best, you'd see a Netflix version of a Justice League movie that James Gunn makes in like 3 to 4 years, release in theaters for like a single week, then hit Netflix immediately instead of a regular theatrical release for like a couple months. Netflix has made a couple exceptions to this rule. Like, really good example recently for like a big cultural moment is K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah,
they let that in
this is like the most watched movie of all time on Netflix right now.
the theaters briefly, like a couple theaters for a little while, and they're supposed to be letting the final Stranger Things Season 5 episode play in theaters for a little while as well. But remember, those are meant to be extreme exceptions. Rewind a couple years ago, if you remember the Arrowverse TV shows when they started releasing them on Netflix each year, CW signed a deal with them for hundreds of millions of dollars to syndicate their DC TV shows, the Arrowverse shows, on Netflix internationally for a good long while. Just imagine that for James Gunn's new DCU TV shows and movies, but all the time, every year, and maybe only getting a limited release on the HBO linear channels. Some people wanting to buy Warner Brothers here, like some of the companies, want the linear TV channels that they own right now. Some people like Netflix, though, do not. Netflix has no interest in owning old school linear TV channels. This is why just a little while
Yeah, like why are you going back there to maintain some archaic setups and programming that nobody cares about? I mean, even the old programs that people cared about, they would own all of them. So there's that old setup that don't want. It's streaming now. Let's go streaming. That's it.
ago when David Zaslav announced that they were going to be selling the company to the highest bidder. He said that they were going to be separating parts of their business from the streaming side of Warner Brothers. The deal will be done in 2026. So like all the linear TV channels, the old school cable channels will be separate part of the company from the streaming part of the business. All to
They don't want to touch them because they cost too much and they don't make
clear
money
the
back.
runway for companies like Netflix who don't want the linear TV channels.
Two, I think, the Flash of Two Worlds, the kind of spin on that we did with Patty Spivot at the front.
I fully expect this Thunderdome battle of companies trying to get them to last at least all of next year. So by the end of 2026, you'll probably hear Paramount or Netflix or Apple or some other company has won and bought them out.
This is the thing. I think it will take a shorter time. Personally, I think it will take a shorter time to be done because by the time the current products that were, say, licensed or commissioned 2-3 years back that are being released now and whatnot, some are being shelved. Those, I believe there's going to be a more of a financial drain on whoever has them than them. They'll just release them, kind of just get it over with. Maybe they use them for those financial write-offs they have there in America or whatever, those tax write-offs, whatever. But they're not, in my opinion, Netflix don't want to wait that long. Probably maybe it will take the year for them to release all their stuff and kind of not, maybe they wanted Netflix to take some of the heat. Maybe like we release in the theaters, if whatever shortfall we have, we throw the movie on Netflix and maybe cover that. I don't. There are many of these discussions, but in my opinion, they're redundant because Netflix eventually is just going to have their baby and they'll take what they want. They're not very good, again, and I keep saying they're not very good at doing original content. So maybe having the James Gunns and these people trying to do smaller projects for less money with more creativity, maybe that will help it. We start having our because there was Daredevil and there was the other one. How can I forget? That's one of my most favorite. Oh my goodness. I am getting old man forgetfulness syndrome. Okay. I don't know what you guys think about this video. Please leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Like for the algorithm. Till next time.